Welcome to Google Cloud with Us. Today we are going to learn about Introduction to GCP. GCP is Google Cloud Platform and this is Module 1. Why we should learn cloud computing? Cloud computing has become a critical part for many IT and major companies around the globe today. And since almost everything is in the digital world, is connected to the cloud in some way or somewhere related. We have seen an acceleration in adoption of cloud computing and cloud services. In this graph, we have the global public cloud purchases will be $236 billion in 2020 and 23% higher than our 2000 forecast. And forecast of 2016 for cloud purchases was 23% higher than 2014. And almost all the trends are similar of forecast of 2016 and cloud computing demand is increasing in modern tech world. Let's see an example, buy versus rent metaphor. For example, if we are buying a house, then you have to own it and you have to pay on a fixed loan and you have to pay for its maintenance and it appreciates in value in except from 2006 to 2012. And there is a complex to sell and move the house. For example, you rent an apartment, you do not own anything. You just have to pay a monthly fee and there is no need to pay for its maintenance. And also there is no appreciative value. And also the moving is easy. Let's see buy versus rent for technology. For example, your IT infrastructure is like a house. And the cloud treats your infrastructure like an apartment. That means you are taking rent. In IT, if it was a house, you own software and hardware. You have to pay a fixed amount for maintenance and upgrades. Unlike a house, technology does not appreciate. Moving is complex and messy. And in the apartment, you do not own software or hardware. You have to pay a subscription fee like we just pay for the Amazon Prime or Netflix. You do not pay for maintenance or upgrades. There is no depreciation of software and hardware. And moving is also relatively easy. And comes to on-premise architecture. For example, we see in an organization, these are all the things happen in-house. Code written by the organization own their own services. And the organization employees are completely responsible for monitoring the software and maintaining it and ensure the software was deployed properly. What is cloud computing? What is cloud? Cloud is like a huge space online and the collection of servers and orchestration. In cloud computing, we have on-premise and cloud computing. Let's see what is the difference between on-premise versus cloud computing. In on-premise, we have to pay high and it was less scalable. And in cloud computing, we have to pay for what you use. Like for example, if we are using in a highway, we have to pay more. If we are using in a very small, then we have to pay less. And in on-premise, we allot huge space for servers. And in cloud computing, there is no server space required because it was serverless. And in on-premise, we appoint a team for hardware and software maintenance. And in the cloud computing, there are no experts required for hardware and software maintenance. Everything was self-managed by the cloud computing consoles and command line interfaces. And in on-premise, we have the poor data security, and in the cloud computing, it was better data security. And in the on-premise, there is very less chance of data recovery, and in the cloud computing, you can use disaster recovery. And in on-premise, there is lack of flexibility, and in cloud computing, it was highly flexible. And in on-premise, there is no automatic updates, less collaboration, and data cannot be accessed remotely. And it takes relatively longer implementation time. And in cloud computing, it was automatic software updates. There is no intervention between the user and the devices. It will automatically update the softwares. Teams can collaborate from widespread locations across the globe. And data can be accessed and shared anywhere over the internet. And we can implement rapidly in cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the delivery of on-demand computing services over the internet on pay-as-you-go basis. Means you have to pay only for what you use. For example, rather than managing files on a local storage device, cloud computing makes it possible to save them over internet, that is cloud. We have the deployment models and service models in cloud computing. In deployment models are categorized into public cloud, hybrid cloud, private cloud. And in the service models, we have IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. IaaS as an infrastructure as a service, and PaaS as a platform as a service, and SaaS, we will talk about this later. Let's see deployment models. Consider an example of vehicles. For example, we have bus, a own car, and taxi. In bus, it was accessible to everyone, and there is no privacy maintained in bus. And in the car, it was owned by the single person. That means you completely have the privacy. That was related to the private cloud, and here the bus is considered as public cloud because it was maintained by everyone. Taxi. You can rent a private taxi. That means it was a hybrid cloud. Anyone can rent a taxi. And in public cloud, the cloud infrastructure is made available to the general public over the internet and is completely owned by the cloud provider. Example, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and IBM's Blue Cloud and Sun Cloud. And in the private cloud, the cloud infrastructure is exclusively operated by a single organization, that it can be managed by the organization or a third party and may exist on-premise or off-premise. Example, AWS and VMware. And in the hybrid cloud, it consists the functionalities of both public and private cloud. For example, in federal agencies or for public clouds, with sensitive information is involved also. They use the public cloud to share data sets with the general public or other government departments. Let's come to the service models. Service models, we have IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Which cloud service is suitable for you? In IaaS, for example, if your business needs a virtual machine and opts for infrastructure as a service, and if your company requires a platform for building a software products, then you should definitely pick platform as a service. And if your business does not want to maintain any IT equipment, then you should go for software as a service. Let's consider one scenario where you are planning to bake a cake. And on-premise, while made at home, we have the dining table, water, electricity, oven, cake pan, flour, sugar, butter, eggs. And all these things are managed by ourselves. And for example, if it was a vendor, the flour, sugar, butter and eggs are completely managed by the vendor. And we have in iOS, we have the floor, sugar, butter, eggs are managed by the vendor. And in platform as a service, we have these options: dining table, water, electricity. And in these categories, electricity, oven, cake pan, flour, sugar, butter, eggs are managed by the vendor. And in iOS, these are managed by vendor and these are managed by ourselves. And in on-premise, everything was completely managed by us. That means there is no intervention between us and vendor. And in service as a service, and in SaaS, we have dining table, water, electricity, oven, cake pan, flour, sugar, butter, eggs. That means in software as a service, everything was managed by vendor. And in on-premise, everything was managed by us. When it comes to the iOS, some of the things are managed by vendor and some of the things are managed by us. iOS is a cloud service that provides basic computing infrastructure. That means that services are available on pay for what you use model. iOS providers include Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Cloud Computing Engine. PaaS, Platform as a Service, provides cloud platforms and runtime environments for developing, testing, and managing applications. And it also allows the software developers to deploy applications without requiring all the related infrastructure. And the users are software developers. And in the PaaS products and services, we have AWS, Amazon Web Services, and we have Google App Engines and Microsoft Azure. And in software as a service, in SaaS, cloud providers host and manage the software application on pay-as-you-go pricing model. That means if you are using more, then you have to pay more. If you are using the less, you have to pay less, relatively less. All software and hardware are provided and managed by a vendor. So you do not have to maintain anything in software as a service. And in software as a service, the users are end customers. Let's see some SaaS products and services. Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, Google Drive, Gmail, everything. Office 365 and the Google Apps. Here are some differences between PaaS and SaaS that we have already discussed. These are some of the cloud providers: AWS, IBM Cloud, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure and VMware and DigitalOcean. This is end of module 1, and in the next class we are going to discuss about detailed view of Google Cloud Platforms. Thank you.